Leyla I Royale is a Chicagoan through and through. Originally drawn to the city for music, she worked as a cellist with local bands for several years before channeling her creativity into exploring Chicago's vibrant history. She has spent nearly half her life as an employee at Chicago Theater and uses her interest in history to develop walking tours, online talks, and Patreon posts. She runs tours independently, is a member of the Effing Chicago Tour Guide Collective, and is a board member of local history nonprofit Chicago for Chicagoans. She's also a feature speaker at the annual Chicago History Convention, Mystericon. Leyla focuses her research on deep dives into the history of movie palaces, music venues, strange deaths, and historic disasters. Okay, Leyla, you have 2 minutes. What is happening?
It is July 14th, 1919, and technicians at the Goodyear Company are putting the final touches on their newest blimp, the Wingfoot Express. The Wingfoot Express is being built in a hangar that's on the property of the White City. That's an amusement park that was on the south side of Chicago. Now, the purpose of this blimp is to bring people from the airstrip that is in Grant Park over to the White City, so you get this kind of little like bonus adventure ride if you're already looking for roller coasters at the amusement park for the day. In a week, they will put it in the air for the first time. They have an experienced airship captain piloting it, and he brings it up twice with a small crew. Everything seems to be going fine, no issues. It's a nicely built dirigible. He decides on that day that he's going to take it out one more time at about 4 p.m., and he goes up with 4 passengers. Now, on this trip, they decide that they're going to circle over the loop a little bit more than they had in the other 2 trips that day, because one of the passengers was a photographer for the Chicago Daily News, and he was really excited about the idea of getting those cool, like, Chicago aerial views from 1919. So they're circling downtown, and they're over the corner of LaSalle and Jackson, when all of a sudden the pilot looks behind him, and he notices a lick of flame at the back of the blimp. He turns everyone on board, and he says, "There are parachutes underneath your seats. You need to put them on now and jump out of the aircraft." And he jumps out. Everyone else struggles to get their parachutes on and also leave the Wingfoot. A couple of them do successfully parachute out. The others are not quite as lucky. The blimp is very quickly engulfed in flames, and as it starts to fall down into the loop, some of those people jumping out are taken down with it. The Wingfoot falls through the skylight of the Illinois Trust and Savings Bank. The employees were just closing up for the day. They were running around, doing whatever they had to do before they went home, when all of a sudden a blimp comes crashing through the skylight on top of them. It's absolute chaos. Everything is on fire. One employee reportedly yells, "Oh my God, it's raining hell," because there's just flame falling down on top of them. At the end of this disaster, 10 employees from the bank and 3 of the 5 people that were on the Wingfoot Express would die. The next morning, the bank opened as usual, same building, at 9 a.m., and they held 5 minutes of silence at lunchtime for the employees who had passed away in this disaster. They did what Chicagoans like to do best after a major disaster. They took a moment to reflect, took a deep breath, picked up the pieces, and got back to work. Thank you.